Project Night Train is another takedown of a violent criminal network responsible for home invasions and robberies. In actuality, it is the second project that we are announcing within the span of the last week. We believe this group was responsible for a total of 17 home invasions and robberies. And I really want to put that in perspective. Those 17 incidents represent over 60 victims and people that experienced that terror, inclusive of 9 children. Several of those incidents left people with life-altering and traumatic experiences that they will carry for the rest of their lives. One of them occurred and a man was shot in his chest. Another had a victim beaten unconscious in front of his family and then driven over with a car.
These robberies are primarily late-night entries into homes where high-end vehicles and jewelry were targeted. Project Night Train is an investigation that was initiated after a series of violent home invasions, takeover-style jewelry store robberies that occurred within the Peel region. This project focused on 17 violent incidents which occurred between May and December 2024. Although these incidents appeared to be committed by 2 different criminal groups, due to their violent nature and impact to the safety of the community, Project Night Train was initiated to investigate any linkages between these groups, identify the offenders, and find them accountable. Several of these events left the victims with severe and life-altering injuries. On October 15, 2024, at approximately 12:34 a.m., 3 suspects forced their way into a residence in the area of Glen Erin Drive and Burnhamthorpe Road West in Mississauga. An altercation occurred that resulted in the suspects confronting the victim and shooting the victim through the chest. The suspects then left the scene in a stolen vehicle while the victim was transported to a local trauma center with life-threatening injuries. Just 1 week later, on October 22, 2024, at approximately 1:20 a.m., victims were followed by 2 suspects to their residence in the area of Mississauga Road and Queen Street West in Brampton. Shortly after the victims arrived home, the suspects forced their way into the victim's residence through a side door and made demands for the keys to their luxury vehicle. A struggle occurred that continued outside between the victims and the suspects, ultimately resulting in the victim being rendered unconscious after being assaulted by the suspect. At this time, the second suspect reversed the victim's vehicle over the victim, resulting in life-threatening injuries. Although this victim is expected to make a full physical recovery, this incident will obviously have life-altering effects.
Project Night Train, last week was Project Ghost. Are there any relationship between some of the members of Ghost who were arrested and some of the guys here with Night Train?
Yes, there's some connectivity between the 2 projects. 2 of the identified members during Ghost were actually identified as being involved with Project Night Train as well.